Hi everyone, it's Lawrence and Vanessa here. Today we want to talk about juniors applying for roles because we've had a couple of junior roles lately, and they can be, for recruiters, sometimes even a little bit challenging because obviously there are a lot of juniors out there, and understandably they all would like a job. But I think sometimes the way in which they approach applying for things can really work against them, and that's what we want to share today in your best interests.
Yes. So we love the enthusiasm when you do apply for the roles, but that enthusiasm comes across saying that I can do everything, I'm the perfect person for this role, and we always stipulate points in our job ads of what is required, and we find a lot that juniors say, yes, I can do everything, but then we don't see the examples of that work, and that gets a little bit frustrating. And I'm sure it's frustrating for you as well, so that's why we're here to talk about this issue today.
A great example is, as many of you know, if you're looking on our job boards, I've recently put up an ad for a junior graphic designer who has experience with catalogues. Now, of the 60 or so applicants we've had so far, I think only maybe about 5 of them have actually had any form of catalogue experience. And so it literally becomes a process of me getting out the dream hammer, smashing the dreams, telling people, no, you're not right. And there's a few things there that you could take away from this. The first would be, there's no harm if you haven't got catalogues in your folio and you're not currently working, perhaps do a quick mock example, mock trial of a catalogue for yourself.
But I think also on that point, when you are applying for the job, and that's one of the criteria, say, I don't have any work experience on catalogues, but I believe I can do the catalogues, and then, as you said, actually give some examples of drawing them up. Be honest. You know, we know that juniors are not going to come with years and years of examples, and you think that you can actually do this, and you say you can, but then just show us. You know, go and get an example of a Bunnings calendar or an Amcal chemist or, you know, Coles or whatever it is, and say, I can do this.
Be creative. Use your creativity to look at this particular problem and have some design thinking towards how you're going to be able to solve this. As long as you clearly label it, this is something you've created to highlight what you would do if you were doing catalogues, then that's showing innovation. And I've not seen anyone do that yet. And I would love to see that. If I opened up an application and saw that, I'd go, wow, this person is actually really thinking about how they could take their application one step further. And that innovation is something that would actually really excite me. There are some other things as well. Please do not send your CV in Word doc. Please do not send your CV just having copied your LinkedIn profile either. You're graphic designers, for crying out loud. Please design it. Please do something that's creative and engaging and, you know, shows us a little bit about who you are as a graphic designer.
Also, on that point, I see a lot of CVs with work experience where you've worked at Pizza Hut or KFC or McDonald's, and you know, that's all great, but I don't think it needs to be in the CV. You can actually have that conversation with the recruiter or the employer later, because those are good training methods, but it's just not relevant in
unless it's directly related to your job as a graphic designer. It may not necessarily be.
It doesn't need to be in the CV. It can be a conversation at a later stage, but it's not relevant to that particular job with the skills that we're looking for. And it's going to save you space and time on the CV.
Yeah, hopefully we don't sound like a couple of, you know, old people sitting there talking about youth of today. The youth of today.
We're here to help.
We are here to help.
And this is the world in which we live in now, and we want you to look professional and present yourself correctly.
This is the thing, simply because you've graduated from your graphic design degree doesn't give you the advantage over the other 50 people that have applied that have also graduated from, you know, it's really about how do you go a little bit above and beyond, and it doesn't have to be much, but just what are you doing in order to make sure that you really stand out from the rest and show that you have that initiative, that innovation, that drive, that tenacity. You know, that's something that makes me open up this and go, wow, this person is actually really switched on and is going to be really creative within that team environment.
And for us, I don't want to feel as if it's the, 25th application that they've just sent through with the other 25 that they're not qualified for, because it just doesn't. You do have to put the effort into the job. You do have to look at the job and see if it's relevant and change the cover letter or the CV for that specific thing.
Oh, yeah, the number of times I've received a cover letter that's clearly been copied and pasted from something. And it's like, don't. If you're going to do that, don't.
For a completely different job to a completely different person. So, that you lose me straight away on that one if it's a copy and paste and it's got my wrong name.
Yeah. Absolutely. Awkward.
Oh, what other jobs have they been applying for? Oh, okay. Good luck with that.
So I think we've done enough ranting.
No, it's not ranting, Lawrence. It's helping. It is helping. This is what we want to do. We want to help.
Okay. Well, we should get back to our jobs then and help these people.
Yes.
But thank you. I hope you found this useful. If you have any comments, feel free to offer them back below, questions below.
And questions.
I'm hoping it's below.
Yeah.
And we will get back to you on those. Otherwise, keep applying for the ones that you feel you are right for. Keep tailoring your application. Be creative with your CV. Be innovative. And
we love creatives being creative.
I do love creatives being creative. There's nothing better for me than opening up a folio and having a true wow moment.
Yeah.
I live for the wow moments. Can't you tell? And we will speak to you all soon.